welcome to Living Title IX with Betsy. That's me. I'm Betsy Smith with Institutional Compliance Solutions, and I am so excited to be here with you today. If you want to learn a little bit more about living with Title IX in our amazing living room here, go ahead and watch the first episode. This is episode 2. So we have a whole lot of information about what we're going to be talking about in this living room as we move forward, so you can check that out. But for today, what we're going to talk about is the absolute chaos that is 2024 and the regulations. It has been a crazy summer. I like to call it absolutely bananas. And on a funny note there, you'll see that I'm posting bananas on all of our social media, or when I'm commenting on someone's LinkedIn, if you follow us there, because as a team, we came together and decided that for fun, we were going to have a walkout song or a walk-up song for everyone on the team. My kiddo plays baseball. It's where the idea came from. You know, the kiddos have a walk-up song before they take their at-bat. So I wanted to know from our team, what are your walkouts? And so we created a list. It was super fun, but mine was Gwen Stefani's Holla Back Girl, because of this bleep is bananas, B-A-N-A-N-A-S. And that is how this summer has felt for us, just completely bananas. So let's get to it. We recently had a Supreme Court case that came down, or a Supreme Court decision that came down, and has had people asking us absolutely crazy questions. Even really smart and educated people have read this decision and been so confused by it. So I just want to break it down kind of into 5 short pieces for you. So when I thought about this case and how to work through it, I went backwards, and I started in April, which is when we had those regulations that were implemented. So the 2024 regulations came down by the Department of Education in April of 2024. The next thing that happened almost immediately, within a week or so, is that states started suing the federal government over these regulations and saying, we don't think that these should go in place. There are pieces that we don't agree with. The biggest piece being that on the basis of sex was identified as including sexual orientation and gender identity. And so that was the big one. There were a couple of others, but really it came down to states challenging 3 particular areas in the regulations, the biggest being that one that I just talked about, so sexual orientation, gender identity. In every one of those cases, we ultimately had the court say that there should be injunctive relief. So what does that mean? Really, it's that these states don't have to implement the regulations. The Department of Education cannot hold them accountable for the 2024 regulations. We also had some additional bodies, the Moms for Liberty and some other organizations that were involved in that litigation, and there's some additional schools that have injunctive relief as well. But basically it's a 26 state, 24 state split. 26 states have injunctions, 24 don't. And so based on that, the Department of Education said, wait a minute, Supreme Court, we need you to hear this on an emergency basis to tell us whether we can separate those few pieces that the states are challenging and put the rest of the rule in place. So take those out for now until we're able to fully litigate, and put the rest of the regulations in place. And the Department of Education brought that litigation and challenged it in a couple of the circuits. After that, what we learned is that the Supreme Court put down this ruling that said, hold up, wait a minute, no, we're just going to leave it as it is. So it was a giant nope. We are not going to implement any sort of additional stays on those pieces. So we're not going to separate the regulations. We're going to leave everything in place as it stands right now until there can be full litigation. And we expect more on that litigation on its way to the Supreme Court over the entire regulation soon. But for now, we just have that 26 state, 24 state chaos. So that's really the gist of it. It's not that complicated, but it seems like if you just read a piece of it, and you just follow the media, people are getting really mixed messages. So just wanted to clarify all of that for you. As I close out, I want to remind you to laugh at yourself, celebrate small victories, and support each other. And don't forget to like, follow, comment, and when you comment mugshot so we can add a picture of you with one of our mugs that we'll send to you. The first person that comments on this, we will send to them. And our mugshot of the day, we're going to pop that up right now, and you're going to see Lori Wallace, the amazing Lori Wallace, who is the executive assistant with ICS, and she is here with me in Maryville, Tennessee, and we're so excited to share her with her mug. You all are coming up soon, so make sure that you're liking and commenting. Have an awesome day.